All right, let's talk a little bit about the prints and supports and how to print them. I'm definitely not that great at 3D printing, but there's a couple things I thought I'd advise, mainly on this housing. So I've got these grooves here for the LEDs. So you definitely don't want to face it down like that on the print bed. It's much better to face it like that. The only issue that causes is you do have this vertical overhang right there. You can kind of see that. My printer didn't have any issues really bridging it. I mean, it's a little bit sloppy, but my printer seemed to do okay bridging it. The only reason I'd say you don't want to do supports here is you want to make sure that these holes where these heat inserts go and where the bolts are going to go through, that there's no support material in there. So if you know some way to set up your print so that the support material is only on this battery door, then that should be fine. But just make sure that there's no support material going in these bolt holes, because that will probably be a pain. And then, like I said, I mean, I was able to bridge that without too many issues. This is the longer print. This one took me about 45 hours to print. And that's what, about halfway through the print. So don't want to fail that. If you have a way to only add supports to that area, then I'd say go ahead and do it. Otherwise, see if you can just print it with bridging that gap. A lot of the prints on this timer are going to require you to do some bridging. So hopefully your settings are good enough that you can bridge it. But yeah, so that is the shell. Other parts that are going to get bridged. So this is layer 3. This one actually doesn't have bridging. The Arduino gets mounted here. I've already got my Arduino mounted on there. So there's actually no bridging because you can put this face down. So all these wire grooves, those are all not an issue. They don't have to be bridged. However, on layer 3, all right, so I've got layer 3, right? This is where the LCD screen, the rotary encoder, that they all get mounted. This piece right here for the rotary encoder is actually a separate piece. But you're going to have these wire runs through here, but you wouldn't want to print it that way. You're going to want to print it with it facing down like that on the print bed. So you are going to bridge these wire gaps. You don't want any support material in those. That would be kind of a pain. So just make sure you're able to bridge that, but shouldn't be too hard. Also, you got these little zip tie downs. So those will get bridged as well. So a couple things to think about. So hopefully your printer is good at bridging areas, because that'll be another area that needs some bridging. Additionally, layer 6, so this right here, you have these wire runs right here. So instead of putting this on the face down and having those little thin areas, I thought it was better to put this side face down so that it's nice and flat. That does mean though that you're gonna have to bridge this little cavity right there. So that's where the data port goes through. So there is some bridging there that you're gonna have to do on your 3D print. But yeah, I think that should do it for 3D printing it. Yeah, like this is the base. I mean, you're gonna want to make sure that you're getting a nice first layer and that you're printing well. I had some issues where it was curling on some of the sides, so I had to really slow it down, get it dialed in, layered, leveled, and everything. But yeah, it should be pretty good.